Goodness gracious, it's been a long time. Sebastian, hello. Eric, welcome on in. Sharnio, hello. Getting ourselves situated and cozy and trying to find a world to get started. We got a lot to talk about. Let's see. So we gotta find a world that might actually work well here. I haven't been in VR chat in quite some time, so maybe I should explore some new stuff, don't you think? Let's do that. How goes the chat of VR? It has just started, my friend. We should discuss things about Furry Migration, which is coming up September 6th through the 8th. Downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. Eric, Blue Canary Gallery, and I will both be there. And I wanted to find a nice, comfy, cozy spot to do some streaming with. This actually looks pretty nice. I do say so myself. So give me just a moment here. I need to set up myself in properly. I probably need to turn off couch colliders here because I don't have anything to work with. I don't think it's a bathtub in here. Funny. Okay. There's colliders. There's a balcony. Well, I guess I could just sit here for now. Give me just a moment here, chat. Getting stuff set up for the day. Alrighty. It's actually kind of a cool, cozy place. I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, we could just stand here. That looks kind of cool. Nice and cozy. Okay. Virtual Sonic, how are you today? I'm upright. Yep. Eric with a C is my boyfriend. Blue Canary Gallery. Eric with a K is EricE549 in channel. Hello and welcome, everybody. This is the final stream that I'm going to have prior to going to Furry Migration. Yeah, you're Eric with a C. Excuse me. Eric is Eric with a K. Did I get that backwards? Wow. I'm sorry. Jeez. Where's my head today? Anyway, be the bestest lion. We were talking about Furry Migration. 2024 Lost in Time. It's a new event. Guys, please go follow Furry Migration on Twitter. It's twitter.com/furrymigration or furrymigration.org. I should actually copy that URL so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Their theme this year is going to be Lost in Time. And copying and pasting stuff in VR chat sucks, so I got to use a OVR Toolkit keyboard. I feel like you should call me Eric E to distinguish from your Eric. Very fair. Alright, also want to join the server. Okay, you can join the server. Let's see, the lion's den. Please be respectful in our Discord. Lately, we've been getting a number of people who have just been making a bunch of fake Discord accounts and trying to scam people and get people to do things that they shouldn't be doing. So, be mindful of that. So, Furry Migration, annual FurryCon convention proudly held in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I was there for Con Zero. I was there in the beginning where everything started. My friends and I, we all kind of created this gigantic group of people on how to put together a con and get everything going and what's required and what legal things we have to do and what government things we have to do and how to talk to the city and how to talk to the hotel and how to prepare and how to allocate funds and money and how to register as a non-profit organization and do all these things, all this preparation, all this work. Running a convention, chat, is a daunting task. It requires a lot of work, it requires a lot of patience, and there is a lot of chaos behind the scenes. It's pretty crazy. If you guys don't know anything about conventions, if this is your first convention, if you've never been to a furry convention before, if you've never been to a convention before, please let me know. I will be answering your questions in chat. By the way, before I go on a little bit further, I want to let you all know that I will be a dealer's assistant at Furry Migration to Blue Canary Gallery, and his table, I believe, is going to be B6, Bravo 6, at the Furry Migration dealer's room. Also, never been to a convention. Also, me has joined, and just now you're all lovely and very awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Good thing I'm not on there anymore. Every time one gets knocked down, another gets up. Feel like a whole bunch of scams popped overnight in that place in Discord. Yeah, there's scams going on everywhere. Even I got scammed. I got scammed out of a $35 radio antenna due to a fake website that I didn't know about. It happens to everybody. I mean, even me as a technician, so I went and did a chargeback, and now I should change my credit card numbers. Yeah. Scams happen. Also, may not be super active in the super due to my ADHD. Hey, I'm part of the spectrum too, man. I've had ADHD for years. It's something that I had to deal with for a very long time. And you're valid. Our brains have a very hard time prioritizing things. And while I'm not going to go deep into that type of discussion, I do understand. Got scammed out of someone offering to do my model for $50. Oof. Oof. That sucks, dude. That really sucks. Sawi, head past you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, let's talk about the con. Let's talk about Furry Migration. Go to furrymigration.org. The link should be in chat there. I don't know if there's a moderator around when that can pin that. But the event is called Lost in Time. It's being held in Minneapolis, Minnesota, downtown. Make sure to do a couple things. Now, there's many different ways that people can travel to a con. This kind of applies to all conventions. You can fly there, you can drive there, you can buddy up with somebody, you can take mass transit there, you can take the bus, you can take the train. There's a lot of different ways to get there. But I think what I should do first, instead of just going into general discussion about going to a convention, I should talk about the convention itself and what it's all about. I'm going to head out, catch you, and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. If I was going to go to a convention, it'd be just for music, or at least to meet the folks I've seen online. I have more fun at EDM Festival, but realistically, there's no way I could stand outdoors for an entire weekend. There's a lot of things to do at cons. A lot of things to do. There's so many things to do. You don't have to do all the things. There's a schedule that's posted online. First of all, let me just talk about what is happening. If we talk about the the events, I think there's a charity. Let's talk about the charity at Furry Migration. And on the website, you guys can actually see these cute, adorable baby critters. Welcome to 2024 Furry Migration Charity, the Passionate Pines Wildlife Rehabilitation. It was established in 2021. I don't know why I'm sticking out my tongue. I'm sorry about that. This 501c3 organization is purely volunteer run and relies solely on donations. The organization's mission is to rescue, raise, rehabilitate, and realize injured, sick, or orphaned wildlife to share our knowledge with the people who care about them. This group just released its first rehabilitated bobcat. And if you guys want to check out the charity, give me a second here and I will actually post this in chat. You may follow along with me on the website. So far this year, they've taken in a baby possums whose mother was killed by a car, baby raccoons were displaced by a house that was demolished, foxes with mange, orphaned coyote pups, and much more. If this cause resonates with you, we invite you to meet the team in person at Furry Migration Charity Table. While you're there, check out the silent auction. All proceeds go directly to the charity. If you're interested in donating items to the silent auction, please visit our contractor at the convention. Visit our charity table to learn more about the organization. Join their panel, Wildlife Rehab 101, and visit their website and social media. See you there. And then they've got a whole list of very cute, adorable images. I don't know if there's a way I can actually show the web browser. It's so hard to try to figure out where this is coming from. I will just show this real briefly here. It's going to cover up my face, but you guys can see it. There's some really cute photos here. You got a possum, got a fox, got a coyote, some rescue baby squirrels, a raccoon, some banuis, more raccoons, another coyote, another baby raccoon. Just all these really precious, cute, adorable creatures. Guys, please go check out this charity. And they're even feeding a little one here. Looks like it was abandoned by its mother. And they're doing a really good service. Hello, Fang. The rack with the bottle, I know, right? You guys, I say that every life is worth taking care of, you know, even the non-humans. Oh, they even got a deer there. And there's a little bobcat, also very adorable. And they try to do what they can with the resources that they got to bring these animals perhaps back into the wild. And there's a little stoat. Oh my goodness, so adorable. I believe they would try to like minimize human contact if at all possible. So raising wild animals like that, they have to be specifically licensed by the DNR in order to take care of these creatures, and they probably have trained professionals, veterinarians, etc. That can check out all these wonderful little creatures and help them at least live a valid life. That rack with a bottle. So you guys want to come out to Furry Migration, please go check that out. Also with the events, we have some guests of honor. You guys probably know him. I met him in person at Midwest Fur Fest. Guess what? We're going to have none other than the wonderful Saber Spark in Minneapolis, Minnesota. If you guys don't know who he is, and you should at this point, 2024 Guest of Honor, Saber Spark is an animation YouTuber with over 2 million subscribers. From reviews to video essays to deep dives, he covers a broad range of topics in the animation community. He also likes to watch bad movies on Twitch because that's his life, apparently. So check out Saber Spark. He's on YouTube, he's on Patreon, Twitter, Twitch, and merchandise in the Crowdmade store. The other guests of honor, the Avian Invasion. Previous Furry Migration special guest, Avian Invasion, is coming back this year's guest of honor in 2024. Once an ordinary human, aging, broken, bereft of hope, a being now known as the Bird One was rebuilt by a race of robotic birds from a distant galaxy. Now his mission is to use the uplifting sounds of music to infuse light wherever there is darkness. The invasion begins now. Avian Invasion proudly services the audiences that the typical Earth's DJ overlook, the outcasts, the queer, those who defy categorization, and the disrupt the normal. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Bird One brought hope to viewers through uniquely interactive streams 3 days a week. He's performed in hundreds of stages at conventions, clubs, and VR worlds, anywhere he can blend the emotional vibes of the progressive house and trance with rock-inspired guitar riffs and live vocals. And through it all, Avian Invasion's message is simple. You are alive, you are beautiful, and you are not alone. All over the place, every single social media out there. Yo, Ben Rose is Migration Con. It is. It is definitely a convention downtown Minneapolis. And also, thank you for the follow and welcome here to the Lions Den. We appreciate you coming in. Other special guests, Confetti Prince Arts, 2024 Furry Migration special guest. Confetti Prince Arts is run by Eri, a furry artist whose interests range from fursuit making to the specializing in digital art, fussing over design, rolling amongst the paints and pastels, and even barking through 3D modeling attempts. Outside of their work, Eri usually has no idea where they are at any given moment. They're just happy to be there with everyone. Eri has helped with 6 conventions and charities and worked as a fursuit maker for 8 years, been a digital artist for over a decade, and has spent countless years helping others. Furry Migration is proud to recognize Eri for bettering the furry community by donating their art and expertise to support charities and non-profit fur cons. And there's their context as well, and some very cute, adorable artwork. It's amazing what the furry community just comes up with. It's incredible. Why are all the cool conventions abroad? That is an excellent question. For those of you who have been to furry conventions, let me know. If you've not been to furry conventions, or just conventions in general, and you have a question, if you guys are new here, my name is Justin. I'm a variety and entertainment streamer, former convention director, radio show host, small-time voice actor, former radio show host. I'm going to try to do that again. I have been a furry for well over 30 years. I've been part of the furry community since technically 1991. And I've been all over the place. I've been to many different furry cons, well over a dozen furry cons, and almost over 100 conventions in general. I've been all over the United States, and I love meeting new people and doing all sorts of crazy things. And I'm in here in VR chat. We also play games periodically. We play in Animal Crossing. We play World of Warcraft. We play Pokemon. We do all sorts of different fun stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for coming in. I'm back! Also, quick question. What do the notification ping rolls mean? Basically, they let you know when I'm online or when Eric's online or whenever something's doing something. The reason why there's rolls for pings is so that people don't get flooded if you're in multiple servers. But you guys should also follow me on my Twitter, my Facebook, my YouTube, my Blue Sky. I'm on all those services, and I tend to post there whenever I go live. This is the last stream that I'm going to have this week, and I will be at Furry Migration with Eric at Table Bravo 6. I will be assisting with Blue Canary Gallery, and we're going to be selling trinkets and all sorts of stuff, and bandanas, and really cool, fun things. I've tried selecting one of them, but it won't let me for some reason. You might want to check to see if you're verified in the server, if there's a bot that whispered you. Otherwise, I can double check later on. I'm going to drink some water here because my throat is parched. In this community, I ask that we respect each other, take care of each other, be positive and outgoing, and recognize each other no matter who you are or where you come from. Because that is the whole point of the furry community. The furry community, if you guys are not familiar with it, basically is just a label on things what humans already do, right? We just add an animal flair to it. That's what furry is, it's a flair. Did someone say water? What's up with the stinky cheese there, Mr. Cheese? Oh, I see now. Anyway, yes, I'm drinking. So, I will be at Furry Migration. Let's check out the other events there. There's the online schedule. If you guys want to check that out, furrymigration.org/schedule. Click on that link, and you guys can see what's happening on Thursday, September 5th. There is the Downtown City Walk, fursuiting at the Regency. Cuddle party, cuddling and consent. Adults. All right, let's talk about consent real quick. Do not, and I repeat, do not ever touch anyone for any reason, anywhere, without their consent. If you do, there will be consequences. I am warning you. Don't pick anybody up. Do not grab them. Do not hug them. Don't touch people without their permission. Consent is what we want in the community. We want people to feel welcome and invited and cared for. You touch people in the wrong way, and you could wind up getting booted from the con, or wind up in legal trouble, or wind up with an assault charge. And yes, that has happened in previous cons. It's not cool. It's not funny. Please don't do it. So, I think it's pulling from his desktop. Which mic are you on? Check OBS. I will double check. But if you guys are able to hear me, that's still cool. And let me double check. I'm not able to click anything. Why am I not able to click anything? Okay, let's go to properties. Oh, that is my desktop mic. I had no idea. My bad. Okay, now how does it sound? Now how does it sound? Okay, if you guys are able to at least hear me, if you guys are able to at least hear me, that's good. I mean, having the wrong mic but still being able to hear me is much better than being muted for an entire 10 minutes. All right? Okay. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you correcting me. Let's see. Corgi Boo. Hello. Hi. Okay, so with the schedule, online schedule, Downtown City Walk Cuddle Party, Friday, September 6th. There's going to be some fursuiting as well. Opening ceremonies at noon on Friday. So be sure to check that out. Meet the guests of honor at 1 p.m. in the Lake Shore in the Hyatt. And then we got lots and lots of stuff. Please go check out that link. I will be there all weekend. And if you guys want to come and visit our table, Blue Canary Gallery, Eric and myself, we are going to be in the dealers area. Bravo 6, table B6. We would love to see you. Back to the hugging and picking up. But what if they are a close friend and you do it otherwise? Simba? I am not Simba. I am much older than Simba. Well, actually, no. In real life, Matthew Broderick is older than me. So, anyway. Crazy Mecco 09, welcome on into the stream. Hello, how are you doing? Let's talk about rules and regulations and things that you should do. Preparing for the con, traveling to the con, what to do at the con, what not to do at the con, having backup plans, getting in touch with friends, getting a hotel room. Simba, not that Dumba. Okay, off topic. Simba is actually Swahili. It means lion. And that's why they named Simba in The Lion King, because it literally means lion. Hope you didn't know that, but maybe. Mufasa is actually a proper noun, at least to my understanding. Ooh, that is cool. What to do at the con, have fun. What not to do at the con, not have fun. It means big cat. Yep. Very true. So, here's what we do. First of all, how many people are flying? How many people are driving? How many people are riding mass transit? Plan 1, just sit at home. No, you don't want to sit at home. Hello, Brandy. I do not know if Ferality is going to have a portal there. I'm not quite sure if they do. Cool. If not, oh well. I know they've had portals at previous cons. So let's talk about first driving to the convention. Justin Tanglebloom and Garrison will be at Furry Migration. I don't know if Taz will. No idea if I'd have him. If not, I hope Taz does well. We really appreciate Taz. Okay, I might head out for real. See you, Sonicgott, and everyone else. You're all very lovely. Oh, and boops to you all. Oh, thank you. Here's a boop for you. There you go. If you're driving to the convention. Now, I happen to know the state of Minnesota quite well, considering the fact that I've lived here for 40 years. And I've driven up and down these roads for several decades. I know it like the back of my hand. I don't have a problem. But if you are driving to the convention, I highly recommend driving with at least one buddy. Why? Safety. Because if you're taking a long road trip, and if you get tired during the drive, if you get dizzy, if you get nauseous, if something happens, then you can switch drivers and continue on your merry way. I know some people who will literally drive across the country to get to Minnesota. They'll do it. They've done it. Many people have done it. I always want to travel in groups. I'm going to be lurking. I have 14 to 17 hours of work to finish. Please go take care of yourself, Eric. Oh my God, I love you. Just pace yourself, hon. I know you got a lot of work to do, but pace yourself. Please. I love you very much. Let's see. That's a lot of work. It is. See you, Blue Canary. Have a nice day. Yeah, please come and visit the table B6 in the dealers area. Please. So back to driving. Drive with somebody. Plan out a road trip. Have a GPS on you. Have your phone on you. Have a couple phones on you. Make sure to pack accordingly. If you're packing for the convention and you're going to be traveling there, make sure to take some sort of at least a checklist. Write things down if you have to, a mental checklist on all the things that you need to bring. Are you going to be there for 5 days? Pack for 7. Why? Because you never know when accidents happen. You spill a drink on yourself. You tear a piece of clothing. You lose something. It happens. You know? Pack an extra pair of underwear. Pack an extra pair of socks. It's fine. You know? If you plan on going swimming, pack a pair of swim trunks. Every time you go to the dentist, like I visit the dentist once every 6 months, they'll give me a little travel toothbrush and a travel toothpaste. Guess what? Those are perfect to take with you. Oral hygiene is highly recommended. Believe me when I say this, I can tell when people don't brush their teeth, and it's very disturbing when talking to somebody and their breath smells awful. All right? So bring the toothbrush, bring the toothpaste, bring mouthwash if you have to. Bring some extra soap with you. Oftentimes, the stuff from the hotels, while free, isn't the best for some of us who have very sensitive skin. I have eczema, so sometimes I will bring my own soap with me that is a little bit softer and easier to use. Also considering the fact that some hotels have hard water, and it's not the best. So just kind of keep that in mind. Ketchup Senpai. If anyone is going, I have a limited number of signed prints from Justin and I. Yes, if you guys want signed copies of stuff, please come visit our table. I am also very happy to autograph stuff if you guys wish. I wonder if Eric is too. One last thing, I hope Furry Migration goes well for you all and have a nice trip. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, Sebastian. Art by Lulu's. Yes. Lulu's did an awesome job in that art, by the way. It's super cute. I'm having periodic VR chat cable connection issues despite this being a new cable. It is still presenting some problems with me. Just slightly off topic. My VR chat streams are becoming more limited due to wearing out hardware that needs to be replaced. I do not exactly have the money to replace it right now. She's French. Lulu. Okay, gotcha. Anyway, back to preparation for the con. So if you're traveling, make a checklist. Pack redundant items. Pack anything that you need medicinally, right? Do you have breathing issues? Pack your inhaler. Do you have skin issues? Pack your own soap. Pack your toothbrush and toothpaste. Get some extra stuff. Put some floss in there. Those floss picks that you can get at the grocery store, they're pretty cheap. They're like $4 or $5 a bag, and you get 50 of them. They're great to take with you when you're traveling, when you need flossing on the go. They're awesome. It's really, really helpful. Always keep your teeth clean. Along with packing all your stuff, packing your supplies. I know that artists and dealers will be packing multitudes of hardware with them. Paper and pencils and markers and crayons and Prismacolors and all sorts of things that they use to make their art. They have to pack redundantly. Summary, prepare to self-care. Absolutely. Pack maybe a small amount of Band-Aids. Put a nail clippers in there. Put a tweezers in there. Put some cotton balls or cotton swabs in there. Just the little things that you might need when you're at the con. Granted, if it's a serious emergency, the hotel themselves might have something that they can give you. If you forget certain things, if you forget a toothbrush or toothpaste, go up to the counter, ask them politely, do you have a travel toothbrush and toothpaste? More often than not, they'll give that stuff to you for free. So I don't want to hear any complaints about somebody saying, oh, I don't like to shower. I just blah, 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 blah. Please shower. There is absolutely zero reason to stink at a con. Zero reason to stink. Zero reason to not brush your teeth. If you have medical issues, then you need to talk to a doctor, because that's going to offend people and they're not going to want to hang around you. A virtual going to cons. Yeah, hotel toothpaste can be gross. I can bring my own. It's still better than nothing, though. What is Sonicgott talking about now? Talking about preparing for going to a convention. Mind you, this information that I'm giving you applies not just to furry conventions. It applies to all conventions. Any kind. Ham conventions, technology conventions, anime conventions, comic conventions, video game conventions. Any convention that you go to, you're going to be in a
big space full of tons of people, and there's going to be germs everywhere. Which brings me to another factor. Get your COVID vaccine. Get at least 2 of them. I promise you, those vaccines will help protect you while you're out in the open. You may still catch COVID. That is a possibility. But I promise you, if you're vaccinated, that road bump of getting sick, you'll get over it much quicker. You won't land yourself in the hospital. Your body's not prepared to fight. If you are prone to being sick, or if you think you're sick yourself, try to stay away from people, and if you must, pack some masks with you. You can go online, you can go to Amazon or wherever, or you can go to your local pharmacy or grocery store. Chances are they sell medical masks that you can wear at the con to help protect yourself and others. Now, I see a lot of people out there who are just anti-maskers that think that it'll create such huge problems for them. It'll cause my breathing to struggle. No, it won't. I have asthma, chat. I have an inhaler with me. I breathe through a mask just fine. You have no breathing problems breathing through a mask. What it's designed to do is to prevent tiny water droplets from your saliva or anybody else's saliva that are floating in the air, which can carry diseases from getting into you or coming out of you. Please wear a mask if you think you're sick. In fact, if you think you're sick prior to coming to the con, you might have to cancel. If you know that you're sick, like with the flu, please don't come to the con. Please stay home. There's no reason to make everybody else at the con sick. Crazy Mecco09, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Lion's Den. I hope you enjoy it here. If you guys are not familiar with my channel, my name is Justin. I'm a variety and entertainment streamer, longtime furry, small-time voice actor, former radio show host, ham radio specialist, and I'm a former convention director. I used to be the director of registration for Anthrocon back in 2015. I know the ins and outs of cons and how things are run, so if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or if it's your first con, you want to know more, please ask me in chat and use the highlight my message, and I will do the best that I can in answering your questions. All right, Crystal, hello. I have a burning question. Is there a furry doctor? In fact, there are several furry doctors. Lots of furry doctors out there. Doctors that you didn't know that were furry. Hell, one of the developers of the Moderna vaccine is a furry. Did you not know that? I think it's pretty cool, actually. Yep, the human in the lion's den. I'm like the guy who plays with the lions. Well, here's another fact. Did you know that you are not required at all or ever to be a furry or furry adjacent to go to a furry con? Shocker! You can be just a human being and visit a furry con. Isn't that amazing? We love people. If you're curious and you just want to come, I'm not a furry myself, but I really want to come and see your con. I think it's cool. By all means, come on in. We're not going to bite, I think. But yeah, seriously, just come on in. If you like the stuff, if you like seeing us in costumes, if you like seeing art, if you like seeing dances and decorations and meeting some really great people, come on, come as your human self. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. We are not exclusive to anybody. Heck, even the anime community and the comic community and the furry community, we intermingle all the time. There's a lot of similarities and common ground between all of this stuff. I know one who just did it, officially passed the test to become a doctor within the last couple of weeks. Awesome. That's cool. It is cool, but first I got to get a job first, me broke. I understand the financial situations of people. The economy is struggling quite a bit. I get it. I get it. I'm going to drink some more water here. So, let me see. I'm going to turn myself around here because I did realize I was not oriented properly. There we go. I like to aim toward my lighthouse. Anywho. So, aside from that, driving to the con, preparing pack additional clothes, pack some minor medical stuff, pack some tweezers, nail clippers, cotton swabs, things like that. Pack your own soaps. Make sure you pack your medical stuff with you. If you are diabetic, make sure you're packing your insulin. If you have anything that needs to be refrigerated. Guys, if you're reserving a hotel room, please only reserve a refrigerator if you absolutely must use it. Because sometimes there's people out there that need access to medical supplies and they have to keep them chilled. So there's reasons behind that. In a situation which is an emergency, I have no problem opening up my hotel room door to let a friend in if they need to take care of something real quick. Say, for example, okay, I got into a tussle or I got splashed full of mud. Now my clothes are just ruined and I need to change and I don't have access to anything. Come on in. I'll give you access to our hotel room shower. Go get yourself cleaned off. Hell, I might even have some spare clothes for you. I don't know. Things like that happen. It's pretty rare, though. You reminded me of a guy that I watch. I don't know if he's streaming or not. A lot of us are streamers. I'm actually watching OK Donuts right now, technically lurking in the background. I've been on Twitch for like 12 years, almost 12 years now, and I've been a Twitch affiliate for at least 4 years. So I've been pretty happy with this. Let's move on to the other type of transportation, which would be mass transit. And I'm going to encompass mass transit of riding buses and airplanes in the same kind of group because it's kind of the same principle and ordeal. Welcome back, Mel. I feel like everyone on Twitch is a streamer at some degree. You might be onto something there, Aaron. Hell, Aaron Javlithan channel, he used to be my roommate years ago. You remember the days? That was actually fun. I kind of missed that. I'm so happy we got to Austin to start next year. Yeah, very cool. All right, so if you guys are traveling via bus or airplane, I'm going to kind of lean more towards the aviation side of this thing, but riding on buses is going to be the same thing. Make sure to pack light. And for those of you who were in the Scouts or in the military, you might know a certain type of space-saving way to get more room out of your luggage by doing something called Ranger rolling. What is that? Well, you can actually look up some articles online on how to Ranger roll your clothes. You can maximize your space and efficiency by rolling up your clothing really tight and actually fitting it into your luggage very easily. And if you're traveling over airplane and you want to avoid baggage fees, because I know some people would be flying with a fursuit, we'll talk about that in a little bit. You have space in an aircraft and sometimes a bus for a carry-on and a personal item. On the bus, they usually stick your luggage underneath the coach, but on an aircraft, you have your overhead bin, and then you have the under the seat in front of you. I have been able to pack for 7 days worth of clothing and items using only a carry-on and a personal. The only thing that went through the airport luggage check was my fursuit. Also, the TSA. Make sure that if you think you're going to get buzzed at the TSA for something, to just put it in your luggage instead. Like cables and batteries. People travel with electronics all the time. They travel with radios. They travel with tablets. They travel with smartphones. People will carry extra battery packs with them, which is also a good idea, by the way, because you never know when you're going to run out of power. And those things, if you're carrying on your person, you're going to get flagged by the TSA. You have to take all that stuff off and put it into the baskets, and it's going to get x-rayed. Don't worry, chat. X-rays do not harm electronics. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're transporting stuff. Do not transport any sharp objects with you. If you are going to take things like a pocket knife, if you use that, like if you're a dealer and you need to cut things, or a pair of scissors, if they are on your person, at the airport, they will be confiscated, and you will not get them back. It is a danger to passenger safety to even possess it. So don't argue with the TSA. Just keep the sharp objects in your main checked luggage that's going to go in the luggage compartments underneath the aircraft. Don't take sharp objects with you. Keep the pocket knives in the checked luggage. And if you can manage it, just keep the pocket knives at home. Keep all the sharp stuff away. Shernio, thank you for the lurk. Times are so much simpler back then, yeah. Shit, I forgot the name. You're fine. You're fine. There's a lot of people out there. Feel sad because my classes are coming back soon, so it will not be possible to watch some of your live streams. That's okay. It's okay. There's going to be plenty more streams in the future, Mel. You're fine. X-rays, wow. Twitter's really taking over everything. Oh, you're such a dork, Aaron. I'm going to write this down. Never flew anywhere before. Okay. If you have never flown before, you can sign up for the TSA pre-check, but in my honest opinion, it's not worth it unless if you run on a very tight schedule. If you are traveling nationally in the 48 main states of the United States, be at least 2 hours early for your departure time. 2 hours early. Because you never know when you're going to come across that snafu. If your flight leaves at 10 a.m., be at the airport by at least 8. If you are traveling internationally outside of the 48 United States, be anywhere from 3 to 4 hours early. And remember your passport. Identification is going to be important at the con. So that is going to be part of it. Remember your passport. Is that a real background? This is a shelf in VR chat. I am in a room that is called Furry Apartment. Furry Apartment. So anyway, yeah, this is VR. I'm feeling eepy. Aww. So, make sure you bring your ID with you. If you're traveling within the 48 states or the United States, you can just have your driver's license. If you're traveling to Canada or Mexico, an enhanced driver's license or passport is recommended. If you are traveling outside of the North American continent, you must have your passport. If you do not have a passport, then you will need to prepare much ahead of time. Give yourself a couple of months to submit a passport application. I believe it's like $100, and you actually need to take a general photo with a white background, no smiling for your passport. Then once you have your passport with you, you need to keep it on you at all times. And then once you're at the hotel room, either keep your passport on your person or in a secure location in your hotel room. Make sure that when you're traveling to the hotel room that you're going to be with people that you can trust. Seek out others that you can trust and be reliable with and things like that. Take care of each other. Don't ruin each other's stuff. Ask to borrow things if you must. Sometimes when I travel, I will also bring an extra toothbrush and toothpaste on me just in case. Like, hey, my roommate just kind of forgot their stuff at home. Hey, you can have this. It's the prepackaged toothbrushes. I was kind of mentioning that earlier. Along with traveling on an aircraft, ranger rolling your clothing, having a carry-on and a personal, the TSA is known to break open locks with luggage. If you put your fursuit and other belongings and you have a combination lock or a key lock on your luggage, it will be broken open. They have bolt cutters and they will snap it open. They will inspect all of your contents and they'll leave a note in your luggage after they close it back up. So what I would recommend, instead of using locks, use a twist tie. Use a zip tie. Or use a carabiner, something that can actually be put back onto it if they have to check it. Also, bear in mind that sometimes there are certain TSA agents who are inspecting luggage that are a little bit lazy, or the luggage carriers. So kind of have your luggage stored in such a way that it's difficult for it to just fall apart. I had an action packer that I used for my first suit, which desperately needs to be cleaned, by the way. The action packer has holes on the side that I use carabiners to keep it locked during transport. The TSA can open very easily, inspect the contents, and close it very easily without a hitch. But I have had one sad situation where I found my opened up action packer, not clipped back closed, roll out all of its contents onto the luggage carousel. And needless to say, I was both embarrassed and pissed off at the same time. So just kind of double checking how you pack your stuff. These are amazing tips and life advice. At least I could do. Kind of miss flying in a plane. Just the idea of me casually going somewhere at hundreds of miles per hour just feels so cool. It is cool. Guys, just as a side point, not convention related whatsoever, go to a YouTube channel called Veritasium, and he posted a video about aircraft and what things you can do and can't do, and why aircraft fly at 30,000 feet in the sky. Spoilers, it's money. Anyway, the last time I flied in a plane was in June last year to London. I want to visit London one of these days. Roonwolf. Last time I flew in a plane was to the East Coast on a red eye. Oh, red eyes are fun. Red eyes are basically, you try your best to sleep on the airplane between source and destination. Flying is cool, and then you do like 15 hours of it. Ugh. I hate sitting in an aircraft for 15 hours. I don't want to do that. Saw the video just recently. Isn't it cool? This is back in 2004. Yeah, around 2004, 2005. Woo. I want to travel internationally one of these days. If you are traveling internationally, again, you need to make sure you have your passport on you. That is a requirement. They will not let you on the aircraft if you do not have your passport at the gate. If they can't check it, they don't let you on, period. Don't screw it up. Prepare. Check, double check, triple check. Do I have everything that I need? And if I don't have it, can I buy it at the destination? If you guys are worried about your electronics between source and destination, just kind of keep in mind that most phones, tablets, and laptops can work just fine overseas. They can accept a 240-volt outlet just fine. Don't worry about it, or vice versa. Hi, it's me. Hello, the guy flying international, 14 plus 4 hours. Oof. I do want to go international someday as well, then do something really dumb in the UK, like shout out, I'm a Time Lord. And for those of you who are traveling internationally and crossing date lines or going across numerous time zones, jet lag is a thing because your internal biological clock still thinks that it's a certain time over there. You're tired when it's daytime and you're wide awake when it's night because everything got flip-flopped when you're traveling around the world. So, we figured out how to travel. We figured out how to pack your luggage. Redundancies, packing medical supplies, making sure that you're not making the TSA mad, making sure that you have your proper identification on you. Now let's talk about the convention itself and what you need to do while you're out there. At the con, once you get there, once you get to your hotel, once you get your hotel room keys, once you've established with your roomies and you're ready to go to the registration line, here are things that you absolutely must have. 1, need to be vaccinated for COVID. There's no reason to not be vaccinated unless you're immunocompromised. Immunocompromised. I can say that word. There are some rare special exceptions to people who cannot be vaccinated because their bodies do not respond well to vaccines, and that is possible. I am allergic to the flu vaccine, so I cannot have that. But I did get a COVID shot, and thankfully, that did not cause me any allergic problems. Can confirm source, jet lag hit me for hard for a week. Yep, it takes your biological clock a little while to adjust itself. This is why international attendees, when they go to cons, they always seem like they're tired during the daytime. It's because their internal clock says that they should be sleeping. So once you get to the registration table, make sure you have your proper identification on you. If you are 18 years of age and older, you are considered legally an adult, and you must have one of these 4 things. 1, your driver's license. 2, your state ID. This is an or situation, by the way. 3, your government-issued ID, like a military ID. So if you're in the Army, if you're in the Navy, your government-issued ID is just fine. And then 4, your passport. If you have at least one of those criteria for identification, driver's license, state ID, military ID, or passport, any one of those 4 is just fine. If you are 17 years of age or younger, you are considered a minor, and this is where things get special. 1, if you're at the con and your parents are with you, they can vouch for you as someone who can help you get in. You will get a minor badge, which is uniquely distinct from a normal badge. Uniquely distinct from a normal badge. You will be allowed to some convention spaces, but others you will not. If your parents are not there, then you will have to have something called a notarized parental consent form, which is retrievable from the website. These consent forms you must take with you to a notary public. You can usually go to a notary public. There's some offices, some people's homes have a notary public. Some you can go to banks, you can go to the post office. There's a lot of places out there, legal offices. There's notary publics all over the place. And what that does is they witness you signing the contract with you and your parents, and then they sign it themselves. They stamp the parental consent form, and they stamp a booklet that they keep on them. And basically what that does is it makes that document a legal document, which says that you are allowed to enter the convention, that you're allowed to come in as a minor without your parents being present. You must also have some sort of identification on you. In the instance of anybody who is ages 12 through 17, a student ID with a birth certificate, a copy of a birth certificate is just fine. You don't need the original. Or a social security card, or something like a utility bill with your name and address on it. That proves that you're at that location. Okay, you want some lickies, Gray? Well, fine. There, are you clean now? By association, being Latin American with being delinquent or criminal. Oh my God. Hey, Grey Wolf, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 29 heckin' months. Appreciate you coming in. Reading a lot of Virtual Sonic's messages here. I apologize for not responding immediately. Good. I hope that things have calmed down after the crazy summer we had. Yeah. Wildfires, protests against mass tourism. Jeez. Latin mafias. Oh, jeez. Made up of people from Latin America bring themselves to Latam and give the Latin Americans a bad name. Well, that's going a little off topic there. But anyway, so when you get to the convention, if you are a minor, 12 through 17, you must have a notarized parental consent form, or your parents need to be there at the same time with you, and they must have their proper identification. If you're an adult, or if you're a parent representing a child, or if you are a legal guardian representing a child, you need your driver's license, state ID, military ID, or passport. One of those 4 things must be government issued. This is for legal purposes because the convention can get in massive trouble for not properly identifying people as they come into the con. The con, while it doesn't make money, it is still a business and thus must follow federal regulations and guidelines and laws. These are not optional. If you do not have proper identification, you will not be let in the con. So just kind of keep that in mind. There have been certain extreme circumstances where somebody without an identification has been allowed into the convention, such as if I have known the person for a very long time and I recognize them instantly, blah, 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 I don't care, right? That's a rare exception. But in the majority of instances, I don't know any of you, right? I don't know who you are. I must be able to identify you with some sort of legal identification. Hopefully this makes sense, chat. Please, please, please come prepared to the con. Make sure you're vaccinated, wear a mask if you have to, and make sure you bring your proper identification. Now, different cons have different rules on minors under a certain age, such as if you are under the age of 12. If you are under the age of 12, you must be always with your parents all the time. No exceptions. You must be with your mom, you with your dad, and whatnot. And minors will not be allowed into adult areas of the convention. Now, can you get a badge for a minor under the age of 12? And the answer is yes, if you really want to. You still need to pay for it, but it's not necessary for some cons. Again, different cons are going to rule out what ages are considered not there. But in the instance of you wanting to support the convention and you still want to give your young one a badge, that's just fine. We don't mind. If the parents are there, we can issue them a badge. And just pay for the badge for like an attendance membership, and you're good to go. So we can do some little bit of flexible things like that. Thank you for the lurk, Rune Wolf. Does anybody in chat have any questions, concerns, comments on going to conventions in general? I would love to see you guys at Furry Migration. I would love to see you guys there. There's also some rules and conduct and safety. Let's talk about COVID safety. COVID, which was a problem in 2019 and created that pandemic and made a lot of people sick. And the vaccinations were rolled out as an emergency protocol to help try to protect the world from this disease. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Didn't go to cons until he was long out of a high school. I didn't either. My first furry convention, I was 25 years old. So, Furry Migration, actually that was after I graduated too, from college. COVID-19 safety, the underlying goal since the formation of this convention has been to keep the attendees safe and to avoid any undue risk to the attendance of Furry Migration. Virus or no virus, Furry Migration wants our congoers to be safe at our convention. To that end, we have been actively monitoring local, regional, and national infection rates, monitoring local national governmental guidance, monitoring policies at larger event venues, watching other events and convention policies are, and the results of those choices. In addition, we stay mindful to the individuals who are at the heightened risk of complications and how these policies can impact the ability of those people who attend our convention. We have taken all these things into consideration. We understand and can appreciate that whatever choice we make will not be welcomed by all, but when we make a policy decision, we are doing so for the totality of our tenants. At this time of writing, we have decided that Furry Migration will be lifting the COVID-19 vaccination mask requirement, contrary to what I had mentioned earlier. We will continue to monitor the situation as we approach the convention and adjust our policy based on infection rate, state, and federal guidance. We do not take this decision lightly, but feel that the risk to our attendees by removing these mandates is negligible at this time. However, I still highly recommend that you guys get vaccinated anyway to protect you and those around you. While the mask mandates have been lifted, I still do recommend that you guys wear a mask when you're at the con if you feel sick or if you're afraid for your own health. I know that people out there are prone to getting ill and they will wear masks themselves. Please do not belittle or berate anybody who chooses to wear a mask. They are doing so for your safety as well as theirs. By here, the internet has become so much unstable as the elections of 28th in Venezuela. Okay. Let's even talk about the convention there, Virtual Sonic, by the way. Let's talk about what we're discussing here. With all due respect. So, why the change? They said, while looking at the national infection rates, we are seeing a steep decline in COVID-19 numbers since last year. When looking at the state numbers, it is even lower. Federal policies are being rolled back along with hospital policies. Finally, when looking at other events who have rolled back their COVID-19 policies, they are not seeing an uptick in the COVID-19 cases. Due to this, Furry Migration believes that the overall risk to the attendance is low at this time. So, and then, does this mean I shouldn't wear a mask? We kind of covered that. If I'm feeling ill, can I still attend the convention? Too long, didn't read, stay home. If you are sick, if you're feeling like you have the flu, a cold, a sore throat, if you're feeling sleepless, if you're getting chills, cramps, upset stomach, please stay home. If you're feeling sick, there's no reason you should ever come to a con, because now you're just risking the health and safety of everybody else there. Please stay home. So, and that is basically the majority of the health concern considerations there. If you guys want to help out, this is something that I highly recommend that you do. If it's your first convention, seek out a friend, someone who can show you the ropes, someone who can direct you around the con. I'm more than willing to help myself. I'm out and about, and if you guys don't know where something is, come and seek me out. I am not staff at Furry Migration. I merely am a dealer there, but I've been there long enough that I know the area. I'm more than happy to help you out. But Furry Migration and cons in general cannot run without its volunteers. If you have some spare time in your hands, if you are bored and you don't know what to do, and you're curious as to about how things are being run, then please, by all means, head to the operations area. Like many conventions, Furry Migration is a volunteer-based organization that's built on the contributions of the staff and volunteers. They rely on a team of passionate and talented people to step up and help produce what we hope will be one of the premier events of the furry fandom. So if you wish to volunteer, go click on more about volunteers, furrymigration.org/help. I'm going to paste that link in chat for you right now. Please go check it out. Believe me, volunteering is the fastest way to learn about how a furry convention runs, and it's a really good way to meet new people and perhaps make some new friends. And if you pitch in enough hours, they may compensate you for a future badge or do other things. Or they may even invite you back. Say, hey, we liked all the work that you've done. Will you consider coming back next year as a staff member? And then you'll have a little bit more privilege and you'll have a little bit more responsibility, but you will be able to assist the con in many different ways, and you might be assigned to a department if you're willing to do so. But just as a reminder that everyone at Furry Migration, everyone at conventions is a volunteer. Nobody is paid to do any of that work whatsoever. So please be kind and please be considerate to the staff. Likewise, for the staff members involved, just remember that you're in a retail type situation and you should treat people with dignity and respect. So keep a smile on your face while you're walking out there. Wear that staff badge proudly. Be ready to help when somebody asks you a question. You might be asked a question on an area that you're not familiar with. That's fine. Get on the radio. We assign radios to everybody. And if you don't know, guide them to a security team member who can also further assist them, or a safety team member. For those of you who wish to register for 2024 registration, I believe pre-registration is done. They usually wrap that up a couple weeks ahead of time. Oh, you want some glasses off? Okay. I am not able to change my buttons. I don't know what's going on. My left button, my right button does not work. Let me see if I can change avatars here. Give me just a second here. I'm going to change avatars. And no. I'm not getting anything. Okay. Off topic. VR chat, my thumb buttons have no function. They don't do anything. Why? I don't know. Let me see if I can fix something here real quickly. I'm gonna check my settings. Controls. Finger tracking exclusive mode. See, move, rotate, menu, left hand, B button. No. That doesn't work. I can't click on my stick anymore. That's weird. I'm not able to turn my glasses off. Interesting. Okay. Something's being weird. I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm not able to take my glasses off, and I honestly do not know why. Could someone, moderator in chat, please redeem or refund Harris P 1995's glasses off, please? I am not able to control my avatar. Okay. It's better without glasses in my point of view. I wear glasses in real life. Reset your system? Let's see, what do you mean reset? Don't think I'll be able to reset anything. Nope. I have no method of resetting anything. Wow. Stopped by technical issues. Controls, tracking. User interface. Okay, show go button on load. No. Nope. Yeah, it's something I can't figure out right now. I apologize. Not something I can do. Welcome back, Crazy Mecco. I finally found the name. Too Old for Gaming. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. That dude is laugh funny as fuck, and plus he does give advice and super wholesome guy. I had to swim through the waves of my following list. Yeah, Too Old for Gaming is a really cool dude. I got a lot of respect for him. Oh, so guys, while we were going off topic with technical stuff here, if you guys wish to register for 2024, regular attendee registration is $75. Sponsor registration is $175, and you get a few perks. Super sponsor registration is $235, and you get tons of perks. You get lots of stuff. You get whole things you can bring home with you. I've been super sponsor at Furry Migration years ago. I still have 2 of their glasses in my cupboard. It's really awesome. I use those on a regular basis. So if you guys want to register, click on, furrymigration.org/registration. If you're ages 7 through 17, okay, so that's the minimum age, $35 on-site registration for ages 7 through 17. If you're under the age of 7, you don't need a badge. Ages 18 plus, pre-registration is $60, on-site is $75. Sponsor registration, pre-registration is $140, on-site is $170. Super sponsor pre-reg is $215, on-site is $235. You get a bit of a discount for pre-registering. So just kind of keep that in mind. See, now we can rest soundly. I'm not sure why my thumb, its menus is not working. So, attendees will receive access to Furry Migration for all 3 days of the convention, Friday through Sunday. Individuals 7 through 17 will receive a discount on the price of the attendee registration. Attendees under the age of 18 may be required to present a special documentation to Furry Migration. Please refer to our minors policy. The parent legal guardian, full details prior to registering. Sponsors will receive a themed Furry Migration t-shirt, lanyard, sponsor ribbon, and early access to the dealer's den at Artist Alley, which is cool. And then super sponsors will receive a themed Furry Migration t-shirt, lanyard, super sponsor ribbon, and early access to the dealer's den at Artist Alley. Saturday morning brunch, preferred seating at the major convention events, along with special convention badge, design, and a special gift. Before you register, please take a moment to read our code of conduct and registration policies, which is on furrymigration.org. Please check those out. In general, just don't be a dick, okay? I'll be Furry Migration causing chaos again. Oh, dear. We're going to have problems. Hi, everyone. Hope you all had a great 3-day weekend. Cuffs Gaming, thank you so much for coming in. I had a good day yesterday. Let's stop talking about cons for a little bit. We'll get back to it, and I'll just kind of tell you what my day was yesterday. Now, I didn't want to stream yesterday because I had other things that I wanted to do, and one of those was to go visit a friend down in Stillwater, Radea, who used to help around with Furry Migration. Longtime friend of mine. I've known him for over 15 years. He is a fellow ham radio operator, and he was showing me the ropes on doing stuff like Parks on the Air activation. So what we did is we set up our radio equipment. We got some tables, got some chairs. It was such a nice day outside. 70 degrees, light breeze, sunny. We sat under some trees. We set up our antennas. We turned on our radios, and we talked to people from all over the country. It was awesome. We basically say, hey, this is me. Is anybody out there listening? And they would respond back, and I'd tell them, hey, this is how I can hear you. You're doing good. I hope your day's well. And then basically just one contact right after another. So a contact in ham radio is known as a QSO or QSO. And it was a lot of fun. I had talked to 71 separate people over this little handheld ham radio. And it was such a good time. When Radea and I were done for the day, we went to his house. We talked to a friend, talked to his wife. We had some dinner, had some really good fish, Cajun seasoned fish, and had some Italian seasoned zucchini and some nice rice. And it was so good. Such a good dinner. I actually really enjoyed it. It was a wonderful day. That's why I didn't stream yesterday. I just wanted to take the day off and just do like a mental reset, you know? And I'm going to be doing it again in the future. He actually gave me some books to read, gave me a piece of hardware to look at, and I'll be studying and doing some of this stuff alongside work and doing convention stuff, so it's going to be a lot of fun. QSO. So there's a thing in ham radio that started way back in the old days called Q codes, and Q codes were really quick, easy to send messages that normally went over Morse or continuous wave. QSO means you are being contacted by, or I am being contacted by somebody. QSL, however, means, did you hear my message? Did you understand what I said? Did you copy? It's basically asking for a receipt. So that's what QSL is. For example, QRZ or QRZ for some people basically means, okay, who's next in line to talk to me? So you actually learn this lingo that you talk to over the radio to communicate with other people. And it's actually a lot of fun. It gets you out in the open. It gets you playing with your hardware. It gets you in touch with other people around the world. It's kind of different in the way that you talk to people via Twitch or Discord or Telegram or Twitter or Facebook. It's a whole different world. It's a completely different world. We could always talk to each other this way through Twitch, right? But this is a broadcast. Multiple people can listen at once. But when you're talking to people through radio, it is what we call simplex. I send a message, then they send a message. Then I send a message, then they send a message. It's simple, simplex, just back and forth communication. Like walkie-talkies, except I can talk to people across the country and sometimes around the world, depending upon the day. It's really cool. It was a lot of fun. Kind of like a handshake. Yeah, you could call it a radio handshake, as if you think about it. It's like, hey, I just met you. You're pretty cool. I'd love to talk to you again. Blah blah blah. And then we just go on with our day. There's literally millions of ham radio users out there. I became a ham radio user back in April. I got my technician, then I went back for my general, and then I finally got my extra. So I can play on anything I want. Not only that, I can build my own hardware. I can go out to the hardware store, grab me some PVC pipes and some wire, and I can make myself an antenna. That's cool. It's a lot of fun. Military radio is a little bit different. There's a bit of a different protocol. However, I will say this. There are people in the military and on maritime, in the Navy, or even the Coast Guard that are also ham radio operators, and you just might be able to talk to them too if they're available. It's kind of the same ordeal. The only thing with ham radio, just like, any other communication service out there, is you just gotta be nice, right? Don't be a jerk on radio. There is actually a terminology for somebody who is a dork or a jerk or somebody who intentionally causes problems on the radio. We call those people lids. L-I-D-S, a lid. So if you're a lid, you're just a person who is just being an asshole over the radio. Now, on the opposite side of things, my friend Radea, who's been a ham radio operator for a very long time, knows the ropes, knows the hardware, knows all the stuff inside and out. I would refer to him as an Elmer. Just think of Elmer like Elmer's glue or Elmer Fudd. The purpose or the meaning behind the name of an Elmer is somebody who is experienced in ham radio, who's willing to take a new ham radio operator under their wing and show them the ropes, to train them. A coach, as you can call them, which is really kind of nice. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what I was doing yesterday. I was out enjoying the air, enjoying the breeze, having a fun time with a friend I haven't seen in a while, playing on the radio, having a nice dinner, and just exploring an area I don't usually get to visit in a long time. I went out to Stillwater. It's about a half hour away from my home out east near the Wisconsin border, if you guys must know. It's actually really sweet to be out there. All right, so water time. Hydrate. Oh my God. The things that we could talk about cons. Let's talk about health and safety, chat. Health and safety. These are important subjects. I know a lot of people tend to make fun of the idea of E621, but there is a meaning behind it. Exercise. Keep moving. Don't sit in place all con. At least 6 hours of sleep per night. You owe that to yourself. You will be very grumpy and very upset if you don't get proper sleep every night. At least 2 meals per day. Make it healthy. Don't engorge on things like pizza and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, because that's not going to give you any nutrition whatsoever, or barely anything. And at least 1 shower or bath today. I am swearing to dog, if you guys don't take advantage of your free-to-use hotel shower and clean yourself every day, I will not want to talk to you. Don't be stinky. Please don't be stinky. Please. There's soap. There's water. Please use it. Please. Especially after you use the bathroom. Oh my God. Every time I go into a public facility and I see somebody who hasn't flushed the toilet, it makes me want to vomit. Why don't people take care of the property? Anyway, we're going to get to that. So, exercise. Keep yourself moving. It doesn't mean you need to go to the gym and lift weights and run on the treadmill and do shit like that. It just means keep walking. Walk through the dealer's den. Walk through the artist's alley. Walk throughout the convention halls. Walk outside. Enjoy the weather. Go walk with your friends. Go talk. Go have a good time. If you go to the convention just to sit in the arcade room and sit on the gaming console for months on end, not months on end, but for the entirety of the weekend, you're not getting any exercise other than maybe you leaning in back and forth in your chair and fiddling on the controllers. That's not exercise. It might be fun, but I think it's just a waste. You can spend some time in there, but don't spend all weekend in there. There's plenty of other spaces throughout the con with all sorts of different things to do. Just look at what's going to happen. We got some of the most amazing guests of honor I've seen in a long time. So check it out. Hey, thank you for the 100 bits.
Guess what? I am gonna cause chaos at Furry Migration. I am coming back with chaos and destruction.
I dare you to cosplay as the Joker. Do it. Do it. Shower and or tub included with a hotel room. Also free shampoo and soap. Yes. And hot and drink some water. I will drink some water. And you guys should too. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. There is zero reason to not hydrate. Okay. I'm doing due diligence to take care of myself, and I have completely cut myself off of caffeine for a total of 3 weeks. 3 weeks, no caffeine. And I'm starting to gain back my sanity. I'm starting to be able to think a little bit more clearly. There is a huge problem with this society and excessive consumptions of caffeinated beverages. At one point or another, I didn't realize I drank 3 energy drinks in a day. I was destroying my insides. It is not healthy to drink energy drinks all the time. If you absolutely must and you need a boost, I've said this time and again. An energy drink is like kindling for the fire. But if you throw nothing but newspaper in your fireplace, it'll burn hot, it'll burn quick, and it'll snuff itself out. And that's what will happen to your body if you down one energy drink can right after another. You're pulling resources away from your body that you don't have, and your muscles are going to start breaking down and atrophying long before your fat does. You're basically robbing yourself. Okay, it says, welcome to chat room. I never disconnected. If you guys are in chat, if I disconnected, please let me know. If I'm back online, just give me a pizza, put a pizza emote, put any emote. Do they make decaf energy drinks, or is that an oxymoron? I don't think I've ever seen a decaffeinated energy drink, but here's the thing. If you eat properly, if you rest properly, if you take care of yourself, you won't ever need an energy drink. A lot of these things is bullshit. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's G Fuel or Gamer Sups or Monster or Red Bull or 5 Hour Energy. I'm just going to go out on a whim and say that every single one of these energy drink companies is just selling you bullshit. You don't, and you will never truly need stuff like that. You're putting excessive amounts of unnecessary chemicals into your body that the majority of it you will just pee out. It's not good for you. I had a long conversation with a nutritionist. I had a conversation with a doctor. They said this stuff is just shit. And people get into this. The majority of what you should be drinking, especially at a con, is water. Keep a bottle of water with you. Oh, and by the way, don't take the bottle of water that's in the hotel room. Leave that alone. They want to charge you like $7.50 for that. Just go to a nearby gas station, go to a Quick Trip, go to a Super America or Speedway, go to a Holiday, whatever. Go get a cheap bottle of water. Cheap water is just fine. It's more or less just tap water. You can actually just drink the tap water that comes out of your hotel room faucet. That is not going to harm you in any way, shape, or form. You can just drink that. That's fine. Like G Fuel for its nutrients doesn't do anything otherwise. If you eat properly, if you balance your meals throughout the day, if you don't overeat either, if you stay away from excess carbohydrates, donuts, candy, sweets, pizza, Taco Bell, fast food joints, that stuff should only be eaten in moderation and slight at best. But if you eat properly, go after the green stuff. Go after the vegetables, the leaves. Don't do iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce is crap. Spinach, romaine, arugula, that type of stuff. If you're eating properly, you are already giving your body the nutrients it needs to function. I promise you. I 100% promise you. If you focus on the right food at the con and you drink water on a regular basis, you will feel better. You won't need energy drinks. Energy drinks are garbage. It's meant to be kindling for the fire. If it's like an emergency and I need to keep myself going and I'm feeling slightly exhausted and I need a boost, go ahead. But in the long run, if you keep consuming energy beverages, you're going to do long-term damage to your body. You will. All right, side subject. I read a message about what Dr. Wildlife had said about the puffer fish. It was the noise it was making while it was suffering and being forced to eat a carrot. I really should get rid of that sound effect. It's the more I thought about it, the more disturbing it was, so I might just get rid of that. Guess what I can cause chaos for Lion Dead at Furry Migration? I'll make pizza launcher for fun, then I can launch pizza at Lion Dead. Why would you do that? Anyway. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. You need to take care of yourself. Get exercise. Get 6 hours of sleep at night. Eat at least 2 meals per day. Yes, you need breakfast. Don't skip breakfast. Just don't. Wake up at normal hours of the day. If you go to bed at like 10 or midnight, that's fine. And then you can wake up at 8 o'clock. Midnight to 8 is a fine time to sleep. I do that all the time. I wake up at 8. I go to bed at midnight. When I get up at 8, I take a shower. I get ready for breakfast at 9. I'm out by 9:30. But I'm not hungry. That's sound alert, yeah. Sonicgott, by the way, since you're in VR chat, there's a map called MMD Fight Club. You should look on your own time. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to. So kind of keep that in mind, chat. And there's zero reason to be stinky at the con. If you have skin irritation and you can't wear deodorant, that's fine, but you still need to clean yourself, right? If you insist on smelling like you just bathed in a basket of manure that just got dumped on Biff Tannen in Back to the Future, I'm not going to want to hang around you. It's offensive to others if you don't realize the fact that you need to be clean. Being dirty and being stinky is a warning sign in nature, right? Animals bathe themselves too. You see them grooming themselves all the time. Why do animals do that? Because they know that if you let bacteria grow on your body, that stuff can make you sick. You're not going to develop an immunity to it. There's bacteria out there that can effectively send you to the hospital if you're not washing on a regular basis. There have been some world record instances where somebody hasn't bathed a day in their life and got away with it, which is stupid. That's like a really blue rare case. But anyway, MMD Fight Club, yeah. All right, so here's the rub, chat. Here's the rub. I'm not going to do a full hours in VR chat today. Being in VR is actually very exhausting for me. But I hope that today I've been able to give you all some information, something to help you out when you're traveling, when you're going on. I also want to bring something else up. Let's talk about fursuiting again. We've brought up these subjects before, but I think I need to bring them up again. What to do in fursuit at the con, what not to do in fursuit at the con. Almost forgot about this part. Outside of fursuit, if you're observing fursuiters, keep in mind that their fursuits can be anywhere from a couple $100 all the way to several $1,000s. Fursuits are very expensive. They're works of art. They're meant to be looked at. They're meant to be admired. Ask to touch people. What's inside of a fursuit? It's a person, like you and me, right? They're just not living stuffed animals. They're an actual human being in there.
I forgot to mention, can I launch pizza at Lion Dad at Furry Migration lol?
If you do that, you're going to land yourself in trouble, but thank you for the 100 bits. Off topic, Sonic, but my shop's done in Animal Crossing New Horizons, and thank you for your help. Yeah, no worries. We should get back into that in the future. So, outside of fursuit, don't touch people, please. Ask to pet. If you want to pet them gently, right? Don't bop them on the snoot, because that hurts. That's right against the bridge of their nose inside their fursuit head. Don't scritch. Their fur does not grow back. And please do not pick up somebody in fursuit. Do not. If you have permission to do so, I've seen that flipping action on certain videos when a fursuit gets flipped upside down. Do that away from crowded areas. Do that outside where you can't hit anything. But in general, don't pick up people. 1, you don't know who's inside that suit. 2, you don't know if they have medical issues. I have a very bad back. I have bad hips. I have a bad knee. If you pick me up in fursuit, one of 2 things is going to happen. Either A, you're going to seriously injure me, and it's going to be a very big problem for you. Or B, you will probably hurt yourself because I am 280 pounds. Do not attempt to pick me up. You're going to have huge problems. All right? So keep that in mind. Don't touch our fronts. You don't know what gender we are underneath. There are people in fursuits who fursuit the opposite gender all the time, or are genderless. But just don't touch people's bellies. If they give you consent, fine, but be appropriate about it. But in general, don't touch people. Don't touch people in places that you yourself would not want to be touched. If you want a photograph, you can pantomime. Bear in mind that some of us have very poor hearing and vision inside our suits. Some of us are even deaf. So if you want to get our attention, give us a light tap on the shoulder. We'll respond. That's fine. We'll look at you. Now, if I'm in a hurry and I have to use the bathroom, if I'm overheating and I need to get out of suit, we might say, no, I don't have time for a photograph. Please don't be offended if that's the case, because you don't know what's going on. I've had it happen several times where I get really hot inside my fursuit head and I start sweating, and my salty sweat gets into my eyes and basically blinds me and I can't see. That's happened on a couple of occasions. So be mindful of that. Ask to do photos and let us know if you're doing flash photography. If you are, just give us a warning. Then we'll know to close our eyes underneath our suits so we don't get blinded. Don't randomly take photos of us with flashes without our consent, because you'll kind of spook us, and that would create a problem. Inside fursuits. If you are a performer yourself, be mindful of your surroundings. If it's your first time fursuiting, go with a handler. Go with somebody you can trust, who can keep an eye on things for you, who can watch your health. Make sure you're keeping your balance, making sure that your tail doesn't get caught in the escalator. Oh my God, I've seen that happen, and it sucks. Make sure to stay hydrated in fursuit. If you are overheating, if you're hot, if you're nauseous, if you're dizzy, anything like that, get out of suit. Go to a headless zone, decap, and get some water in your system ASAP. There is zero reason you should continue to pursue fursuiting even further if your body is struggling. Inside those suits, it's hot. It's fucking hot. It has been known to be well over 90 degrees and sometimes even 100 degrees in the fursuit head, especially in bright sunlight. To an average human being outside of it, it might be a nice balmy 70 degrees, but inside fursuit, it might be 90. Sunlight is not our friend. Sunlight makes things very warm, especially to those of us who have darker fur, and it heats up faster. So just kind of keep that in mind. Walk with a handler. Watch where you're walking. If you have a long tail, make sure you grab your tail and keep it in front of you while going up and down the escalators and going in and out of doors and rotary doors as well. We don't want the incident of your fursuit tail being popped off. Make sure it's properly bound to you. I wear a belt in the inside where a loop for my tail goes. And sometimes you might have a little kid who will want to tug in your tail. Don't respond angrily to somebody tugging your tail, because if you turn around and you yell, and it happens to be a little 7-year-old kid who is just curious as to what you are, you might have scarred them for life. So be nice around children, which is another point I want to make. Don't approach children, let them approach you. If you can, get down on your hands and knees and be gentle with children. And also keep in mind that some of our suits have claws and they can poke. And avoid touching the child if at all possible, because 99.99% of the time, the parents are nearby and they will respond in kind if you hurt their child. They don't care what you are. Hey, Extreme Metal Goth, how's it going? Doing pretty good. We're talking about furry migration stuff and what to do and what not to do. Don't follow the suitor into headless lounge as well. Yes, another good point. Only the fursuiter and a handler should be in the fursuit lounge, and staff members. Staff members are there briefly to check on things to make sure that things are okay and to check if the water containers need to be refilled. But there shouldn't be a whole heckin' party inside. Hello, Astaroth. Happy third day of September. That's right. Off topic. Chat, did you know? Did you know that subscriptions this month are on a nice discount right now? If you wish to subscribe, now is the time to do so, either to my channel, Eric's channel, or any of your favorite channels. Please do so. But don't go into debt and don't struggle with your wallet if you can't. Okay? Okay. Also, Twitch, I know you have to do this, but I'm going to say right now, do not, and I repeat, do not use mobile like Android or Apple to purchase subs or bits. They overcharge for it. Apple and Google charge a premium for application writers to use their services. A lot of that just goes to their pocket, and Twitch increases the price to compensate for those fees. Don't waste your money. Do it on desktop. Do not donate bits or subs via mobile. Don't waste your money. Apple and Google, I'm looking at you and your senseless greed. But anyway, sub only on desktop, please. And if you really want to help us out, the best way that you can help out is to go to this link. Actually, let me try that again. Go to this link, that one. You guys can tip me directly. All the money and proceeds from the Twitch channel go to hardware, maintaining this channel, and my electric bill, which, by the way, just happened to be $200 last month. So you guys can help me out tremendously. Not saying you have to. If you're financially struggling, please don't do it. If you can, it's appreciated. And I really love you guys for being able to sub and donate bits and things like that. I know the economy is struggling right now. I'm seeing it. But anyway, back on topic. Inside Fursuit. Be mindful of children. Be nice to them. Let them approach you. Get down to their eye level. Because from their point of view, you're real to them. You're real. You look amazing to them. Some of them might be scared. And if they are scared and start screaming and crying, that's okay. Back off, hide your face, cower in a corner, whatever, do something cute, and, just kind of be on their side. I'm expecting the Supreme Court lawsuit with Twitter and this BS. Or, I don't know. It's Twitch really didn't have a choice, but that's beyond the scope of the subject right now. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you're outside of Fursuit, ask to take photos, ask to touch, do not pick them up. If you're inside a Fursuit, be mindful of your surroundings, watch your extremities, watch your ears. Your ears, if they are tall, or if you have antlers or horns or anything like that, they can hit the tops of doors. Watch out for children. Scan your surroundings. Inside my fursuit head, I have the vision of paper towel tubes. My vision sucks. I will not see you. So I will try to keep my arms out. And this is another thing that is kind of a pet peeve of mine, is when you guys are approaching us, we can't see you. We try to stay out of your way, but I get bumped into frequently when I'm in suit because I can't see. So if you guys could just give us a little wider berth. If you really want our photo, just ask. If we're down a corridor or a hallway, don't stop in the hallway to take photos, please. You're just going to block traffic for everybody else who's trying to get through. You don't know if there's an emergency and a staff or security team member or an officer needs to get through. I've seen it happen where somebody stopped and took photos of something once, and an ambulance EMS team was trying to get down the hallway with a gurney. Don't block the hallways. Please don't block the hallways. Okay. So, I think that pretty much covers it. Guys, Eric, Blue Canary Gallery, and I will be at Furry Migration at table B6 in the dealer's area. I would love for you guys to come and visit us out there. Again, Furry Migration is going to be in downtown Minneapolis, September 6th through September 8th. Please come, say hi. I love hugs. Please ask for a hug. I will definitely give you a hug. Photos are fine. I love to autograph stuff. I want to hang out with people. I just want to have a good time. That's why we're out there. And we're going to be peddling some wares as well. Some really cute things that Eric is working very hard on right now. Bandanas and buttons and pins and trinkets and prints and all sorts of stuff. I promise you will not be disappointed. Please come visit our table. We would love to see you. I'm going to end the stream early. I need to get some stuff done today. So I want to send you all to a good friend of mine right now. He's currently be right back. I'm going to send him all to you anyway. Let's go send you to OK Donuts, who just happens to have a birthday today. It's OK Donuts' birthday. You guys want to go say hi to OK Donuts and wish him a happy birthday? I would love for you guys to do so. Stay safe when you're traveling. And as always, no matter who you are or where you come from, you're valued and you're loved. Thank you for joining with today's stream. I love each and every single one of you. Goodbye, folks.
Chat.